In this unit, we're going to learn how to customize the Excel interface. In other words, the look and feel of the front page of your Excel. Let's start by talking about your ribbons and your tabs. The home, insert, page layout, as we learnt in Unit 1, are referred to as tabs, and all the icons underneath are referred to as ribbons. Often what happens is while you're working with Excel, this entire ribbon disappears. This is due to the options up here in the right-hand corner. The ribbon display options have been changed. Let's click on this button. If I choose to auto-hide the ribbon completely disappears. This often creates quite a lot of confusion because how do I get it back? If you go back to the three little dots in the top right-hand corner and click on it, it once again expands. You have another option to show the tabs. What that does is it hides the ribbon and just leaves the tabs at the top. While you're still learning, I would recommend show tabs and commands and leave it permanently there so you can see all the available options to you. Up here at the top we have what we call a quick access toolbar, and this is to house all the commands that you use fairly often. In order to customize, you would click on the little drop-down arrow on the right-hand side and you can just place a tick next to any of the options that you use regularly. For example, I could put a tick next to spelling and the new spelling little icon appears on the quick access toolbar. Also, what may happen is you might find that your columns ABC and the 1, 2, 3 disappear off the screen, or you do not have sheets available here at the bottom. What you need to do to return them is to click on File and click on Options. These options are the global settings for Excel and where you turn things off, on and off permanently. Once you're there, click on the Advanced option. If I scroll down, you can see display options for the various things in Excel. So here I'm going to turn off my show horizontal scroll bar, show vertical scroll bar, and show sheet tabs, and click on OK. As you can see, the tabs have disappeared and there's no horizontal or vertical scroll bar. To return them, click on File, back to Options again, back to the Advanced option. Let's scroll down to the display options for this workbook and place a tick back in those three. Also, while we're here, show row and column headings. If the ABC or the 1, 2, 3 disappears, you merely need to go back and put a tick in this option. Click on OK. Our sheets have now returned and our navigation bars have returned as well. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to view worksheets and workbooks. A common problem in Excel is when you're working with a large data set and you scroll downwards, perhaps you're on line 400, you can no longer see your headings at the top. Also, if you scroll sideways, you cannot see your column headings in column A on the left. What I mean by this is if I scroll down on my screen here, I can no longer see which month I'm in. I cannot see whether I'm in January, February or March. I have to keep scrolling up to see my headings. By the same token, if I scroll to the right, I cannot see which region I'm in, east, west, north or south, and I have to keep scrolling back. In order to alleviate this problem, we need to freeze panes. It's very important before you freeze panes that you click in the right place. I'm going to click on the very first value in the spreadsheet. And the reason for that is I'm one row beneath the headings at the top. And everything on the left of where I am will freeze as well. In other words, if I was there, only the top 2 rows would freeze. There is no column on my left. If I click there, this particular column will freeze. If I click there, these 2 columns would freeze. So in order to freeze that top row and the left column, I would need to be on the first value. Once there, you can then go to your View tab, and there's an option to freeze panes. Click on the arrow on freeze panes and choose. There is freeze top row and column, but I want both, so I'm going to select freeze panes over there. What you'll see is a black line appear running downwards and across. Now when I scroll sideways, the region stays constant. And if I scroll down, you'll see that top row stays constant. This is very, very helpful and can save you many hours in a big data set. To remove your freeze panes, you go back to your View tab, freeze panes, and unfreeze panes. In a later lesson on the more advanced Excel, you're going to learn how to link various files. So often you have not just sheets but many files, and it's very handy to have them all open on the screen at once. I've got a couple, 4 or 5 files open at this moment. So if I want to view them all on the same screen, click on View, Arrange All, and I select the option Tile. That is the best view to use. And you'll see it tiles all your open files, and it's easy to switch between the 2 files, copy between the 2 files, etc. To return back to your normal file again, or just to one file, you can just choose your Maximize in the top right hand corner. And then I'm back to a single file view again. So let's just recap that. View, Arrange All, and Tile. Then you would want to maximize one of them once you finish doing what you want to do.